I think for years after, it always felt like a very ethereal thing, like something I couldn't put my finger on and figure it out. I mean, I would just go and enjoy it. I would just go to Walt Disney World and enjoy it and not truly understand how that made me feel when I went back home and just wanted to go back again from New York to Florida. And really, it wasn't until I started working for Disney that I felt I had the answer actually on day one when I sat in the training class called Traditions, which is a day one training class that all new cast members go through. And they talk in the class about what is your role here at Walt Disney World. So some people say they'll be working in the attractions. Some people say they'll be working in custodial or in one of the restaurants or in one of the merchandise shops. And they say, okay, what is your purpose? And a lot of people kind of, try to figure out how to answer that. And they tell us in Traditions, they told us that our purpose was that we create happiness. That's what we do. The full term was we create happiness by providing the finest in entertainment for people of all ages everywhere. And I think that's, for me, that suddenly allowed me to figure out, before I came to Disney, how that made me feel as a guest, how Disney did what they did. And then even after, when I worked for Disney and I'd be able to spend time with family and friends when they'd come and visit in Florida and we go to the park, it was that feeling of creating happiness. And it didn't matter if a cast member was taking the tickets at the front gate. They knew that, yes, my job is to take the tickets or now scan the magic band at the front gate, but I needed to make sure that that guest who came through was happy. If I was working in a merchandise shop, it didn't matter, or it did. My role was to make sure that the shelves were stocked, but what really mattered was that that guest was happy. If I worked in a food and beverage location, yes, I had to get the guests their hamburger and their French fries, but I had to make sure that they were happy. And I think that idea of creating happiness and just that being the great equalizer in terms of, all of the cast members wherever they are, and all of the leadership wherever they are at Walt Disney World, knowing that no matter what we're doing, whether it's something that we've done every single day with an attraction like It's a Small World, or something that we've just started doing with a newer attraction like Rise of the Resistance, that it is all about creating that happiness for the guest. And that was a real light bulb moment. When I started working for Walt Disney World, I thought to myself, well, for those 13 years before I was working here, when I came down here, that's how I felt. That's what I felt. I felt happiness when I came home. And that's what Disney does across the board. They create that happiness.